my chicken place was already taken over by competitors, so I did not think to go back there. Now I told Honorable Kaguma, that time she had left school and she was a member of parliament from Kalanga. So I told her, since you're that side, you can get me a job. But then she told me, Grace, you've just finished S6. There are people who have even degrees and they're looking for jobs. What can you do? You is an S6 vacancy. The only thing I can do for you is to take you where I come from. There's fish in Sese Islands. I can train you how to smoke it. And then you sell to my friends. Because every time I go to Sese, my friends want to buy that fish. So for you can take it as a business. But she told me when she was a bit skeptical, because this is a time when you want your nails nice, you're preparing for campus, and she thought I'd forgotten now my background, having tasted the other good life. So I told her, yeah, I'll go with you. So we went to Sese Islands, and she trained me, and she didn't stop on training me how to smoke fish, make it ready for eating, oil-free. She also used her beds. I remember my first sales, I would sell them from Baka. We would go to her friends and then sell. And I was able to pay for my tuition fee for my first diploma at the university. But I would still go to campus for evening classes. Then after classes, that's around 8:39, I rushed to the new club because that's where mommy would wait for me from. And then we sell our fish and we go. She took me up as a child and she took me up in her home because she understands the value of our child. I think we really got so closer to each other that up to now, and even her children, they all took me up as her child. And even my quality and my everything, those good things, I directed them to her home because I felt she had given me a roof over my head, and even for my siblings, and up to now. So, and while at campus now, when I finished my diploma, she told me, before I actually finished my diploma, first you need to look for a passport. But you also need to learn how to drive. We have cars here, you can drive yourself and go and sell fish without me. And that's where I learned, I made sure I saved my money. I went to a driving school, I learned how to drive, I got my passport, but I wasn't sure why was I looking for a passport anyway. I wasn't sure why, but she told me you need it. Every person needs a passport. And that's how she talks to me. Say 1, 2, and she gives you there. So it's upon you to take it up or not, but she will say and give it. So I made sure I go to LOCs, LOC 1, Akawa Division, LOC 2, I got my passport. There. Year 1 first, year 2, it's not used, but it is there. I learned how to drive and then started selling fish. Said I need to go back for my degree. I went for my degree, and I'm happy Dr. Magem is here. I remember vividly when after my lectures I went to him and sold fish in the book of my car. I kept saying this man, I've met him somewhere. I think that's the profile they are reading. I was seeing him somewhere, but I wasn't sure where exactly. But when he said it's from the MDG department, I remember, okay, those are some of my customers. Thank you very much. And he took an extra mile to ask, now why do you, and I'm not shocked that he did the research. He said, now why do you choose fish of all things? What is your faculty? Now, yeah, the East African School of Library and Information Science, and as also the publicity secretary. Someone had that confidence thing in me of campaigning, of standing, and sometimes my husband asks me, do you have plans of campaigning? I said, go there. So at campus as a publicity secretary, but every time I would stand to speak, they say, no, publicity. Publicity, you have money. For you, you have a job, you drive first, I smoked fish in Sese. That time I used to go to Sese before Grana came. I said, I go to Sese, smoked fish. That's why sometimes some weekends I miss lectures. Because weekends will be for Sese. You can't go to Sese today and come back today. No. You go today, you come back the following day. That is the earliest. So I would go and smoke fish, then sell it. So I would tell them, but they would not believe sometimes. And in Sese, in Karanga, I could not drive, much as I learned how to drive. I could not drive a car from here, go to Masaka, then Kakata, then go to the main island. So I would use a taxi. So this is what would come out sometimes. You make a trip, a full day trip, 2 week actually weekend trip, but then you come, these taxis, they overload them. First of all, the Kalangala taxis don't care. Whether you have fish or mukene, they don't care. I think because all of them, most of them are fishermen, they don't care about the smell. But they would load you like 7 people on one motor. But we are gonna and we have one taxi or 2 taxis coming to Kampala. There's a time I remember, and I didn't have containers, so there's a time when my fish, my box, because I would load them, and then my box fell. It was on top of the other boxes, and it's mine that landed first. And all my fish broke. I gave up with this business for one. And I didn't have capital now, because all my fish are gone. Mommy gave me initial capital, I can't ask her again. It will be too much. That's when I started looking for a job now. But fortunately, I got a job as an information officer. I went on the panel. I convinced them how I could sell the organization very well as a brand. And you know, this organization is called TETA, Traditional and Modern Health Practitioners Together, MSAs and other diseases, promoting traditional medicine. And this young girl was saying she's going to do advocacy, she's going to take care of the resource center. And he said, tell us, how can you sell traditional medicine? I didn't have an idea. But I told them, selling is the same. It's like Gold Post. My husband now tells me, because he's a good marketer, says it's changing Gold Post. You're selling soda, tomorrow you can sell beer. You can sell anything. It's like football. You just use the same technique. So I told them, I can sell, you just give me a chance. So I worked there, I got my salary, and later on I went back to Sese and continued my business. But then Mommy told me you need to buy a car that you can manage, because I could not manage a Benz with business, with its fuel consumption and everything. So she encouraged me, and I was able to buy my first car. It was a Corsa. With my salary from the job and my little savings from the fish. So I stopped now. But Kampala taxis will tell me, Madam, what's to that letter? Nanyonga, fuluma. What we need is that. Then sometimes, like Mukene, in the park, because that's what the taxi takes you up to the park. They will tell you, Madam, Mukene? They don't take you. Before you know it, the rain has come. But it comes. So there's a time I told a border man, because now this border man wanted to take like twice the cost of this market. So I would not make any profit. So I just told him, and then they all laughed. They will write about you even in the newspapers. In my heart of hearts, I was saying, I wish they would write in and it's like, yeah, it will maybe help me solve some of these things, because the school was solved. But anyway, they helped me, and I took my luggage to the new club, because it was near Chelsea there. So I would sell, and I would think, this product is unique. Fish is smoked, seasoned, made ready for eating, oil-free. Mukene is in snack form, powder form, and sun-dried. Good for children, good for adults. So at least the market has sure. And that's why I would not give my money to the border. I said, no, I need nti ka tugende. So that's how my journey of business continued.